Imagine this. You wake up, check your bank account, and boom, $1.1 billion is just gone. Vanished, like it never even existed. No warning, no alarms, and the crazy part? No one even there to blame. It sounds like a scene from a movie, right? Well, this wasn't some Hollywood thriller. This happened in 2020, and it was real. You probably have so many questions already. How could this happen? Who did it? And most importantly, why haven't they been caught yet? Let me take you through a story that'll leave you questioning everything about security and how easy it can be to lose everything without even knowing it. This story is about a cyber heist that's so slick, so smooth, that it almost feels like these hackers were playing a video game. But instead of losing a few coins in the process, they walked away with a billion-dollar jackpot. You've heard of heists before, people running into banks, waving guns around, and making off with bags of cash. But this wasn't like that. This wasn't about smashing windows and sprinting out of the door. No, this was way more sophisticated. In fact, no one even heard a thing. Not a sound. The whole thing was planned from start to finish without a single alarm going off. Sounds like a perfect crime, right? This is exactly what happened to Qatar National Bank in 20, a billion-dollar cyber heist that no one saw coming. The bank, one of the most secure and trusted institutions in the world, was brought down by a group of hackers who managed to pull off what most people would think was impossible. And even though we're talking about some of the best hackers in the world, the truth is, they weren't even the ones you'd expect. No masks, no dramatic car chases. They didn't need to be anywhere near the vault. All they needed were their computers. Now, let's talk about how this actually went down. Qatar National Bank, or QNB, is a massive institution, handling billions of dollars from some of the wealthiest people and companies in the world. Their security is meant to be impenetrable. We're talking military-grade encryption, advanced firewalls, and systems that are supposed to make even the most experienced hackers think twice before even trying to breach them. But here's the thing. Hackers are smarter than ever. And the QNB heist proves just how vulnerable even the most secure systems can be. These hackers didn't walk in through the front door and smash everything in sight. They didn't need to break in. Instead, they got inside through a method known as social engineering. They figured out how to exploit weaknesses in the bank's system without ever triggering a single alarm. Over time, they slowly studied the bank's digital infrastructure, looking for tiny cracks. They carefully watched how the bank's security teams operated. They learned every little detail about the system until finally they found the opening they needed. What happened next was terrifying. With precision, they bypassed the firewalls and encryption, slipping into the system like shadows in the night. They didn't need to physically touch anything. They just tapped into the bank's core infrastructure, draining $1.1 billion in what felt like an instant. The hackers were so meticulous in their execution that no one even knew it had happened until it was too late. And here's the kicker. No one has a clue who these hackers are. They didn't leave a single trace behind. They didn't even make an attempt to launder the money or brag about their success. They just disappeared, like ghosts. The digital trail they left behind was so clean that even the most advanced investigators couldn't find a single lead. The money is gone, and most of it will never be recovered. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? Well, it's not just that hackers are getting better at what they do. It's that the digital world we live in is far more fragile than we'd like to think. For every layer of security we build, there's always someone out there figuring out how to slip through unnoticed. And the worst part? This could happen to any of us. If it can happen to one of the largest banks in the world, who's to say it couldn't happen to a smaller, less secure target? As crazy as it sounds, we live in a world where someone with the right knowledge and a little bit of time can bypass firewalls, crack encryptions, and steal billions without even breaking a sweat. What's even more terrifying is that no one knows who did it. These hackers are still out there. They could be watching right now. They could be planning their next big move. And unless something drastic happens, they might just pull it off again. This heist was like a wake-up call for the entire world. If one of the wealthiest, most secure countries in the world can't protect their bank from digital thieves, what does that mean for the rest of us? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? What if one day you log into your account and realize your money's just gone? But here's the thing, this cyber heist was just the beginning. We're only scratching the surface of what hackers are capable of in a digital world that's growing more vulnerable by the day. So I have to ask, are you doing enough to protect yourself from this kind of digital threat? How secure is your personal information? And, more importantly, are you prepared if something like this happens to you? Stay tuned, because I've got a feeling that stories like this aren't going to stop anytime soon. The digital landscape is evolving, and so are the criminals who roam it. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, you'd better start paying attention, because the next cyber heist could very well be waiting for you. Don't get caught off guard. Keep your eyes open and stay safe out there. If you found this story interesting, and who wouldn't, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next episode. And hey, what do you think? Is the world really as secure as we believe, or are we all just one click away from a massive disaster? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.